They called me support staff. It's not to my face, to my inbox. So I found out the morning my access badge blinked red. I was standing out the glass doors of Winslow Tower, yeah, this shiny monument to ego owned by Winslow Global, holding a coffee I didn't even want, when the scanner flashed like I'd committed a crime. Access denied. I tried again. Denied. That's when I saw Caleb through the lobby glass. 32, teeth like a piano commercial, wearing a suit so tight it looked vacuum sealed. Fresh MBA energy. The kind of man who says circle back. During funerals, he didn't rush, he just smiled. Oh, he said when security finally let me in under temporary clearance. HR didn't tell you? We're restructuring, realigning talent. Realigning. That's corporate for we found someone cheaper. I nodded like I wasn't calculating how long the building would survive without my fingerprints in its bloodstream. Because here's what nobody bothered to understand. I wasn't just support, I was the sole credentialed compliance officer registered with the Federal Medical Trade Authority. My digital signature was stamped on every vendor contract, every export approval, every hazardous shipment clearance. My name wasn't decoration, it was oxygen, but Caleb didn't see oxygen. He saw overhead. 2 days later, he called a transparency huddle. Open floor, glass walls, performative empathy. We're modernizing, he said, pacing like a TED Talk audition gone wrong. Legacy processes, slow innovation. Legacy. That was me. I stood there in black heels and silence while he clicked to a slide labeled Operational Optimization. Under role redundancy was my name. They're crossed out. The room didn't gasp. Corporate people don't gasp, they swallow. He didn't even fire me privately. Effective Friday, he announced, we're eliminating positions that no longer align with growth. He looked directly at me. I didn't blink. I just asked one question. Will my termination be processed immediately? He looked surprised, like for my prey that just offered directions to the trap. Yes, he said, standard protocol. Perfect, because buried in Section 9B of my employment contract was a clause so dry no one ever read it. In the event of termination, all federally registered licensing authorities attached to the employee shall be auto-revoked within 24 hours. Auto-revoked Friday at 4:17 p.m. So I signed. HR slid the envelope across the table like communion. Caleb shook my hand. Best of luck, he said. I almost laughed. Luck had nothing to do with what was coming. Saturday was quiet, Sunday was quieter, Monday detonated. At 8:03 a.m., the first shipment rejection hit their system. Medical filtration components blocked, certifying officer inactive. At 8:11, export licenses flagged. At 8:24, 3 vendors froze contracts. At 8:47, the compliance dashboard turned red, not orange. Red. By 9:15, Caleb was pacing. Just update the contact, he told the junior analyst. She tried. Federal Registry response. No authorized certifying officer on file, because there wasn't one. Recertification timeline, minimum 4 to 6 weeks. Audit window, 48 hours. At 10:02, inspectors walked into the lobby. Randomized compliance audit. I used to schedule internal reviews around those windows like a chess player, setting traps 3 moves ahead. Caleb tried logging into my old portal. User not found. He called the registry. They confirmed it calmly. She voluntarily relinquished her authority upon termination. Voluntarily. He hadn't fired an assistant. He had severed the company's spine. By Tuesday afternoon, the CEO, Gregory Winslow, cut his Mediterranean vacation short. He stormed into headquarters expecting turbulence. He found a crash site. Who signed off on this? He asked. Silence. Then someone said my name like it was a ghost. She handled licensing. Gregory turned to Caleb. You fired the license holder. Caleb tried explaining synergy. Gregory didn't blink. You eliminated the only federally registered authority tied to our operations. It wasn't yelling. It was worse. It was comprehension. Meanwhile, at least I was home, barefoot, silk robe, pouring coffee. My phone buzzed all day with unknown numbers, voicemails stacked up. Call us back. We need to discuss options. We're prepared to negotiate. Negotiate what? They had signed the math themselves. Wednesday morning, an email arrived. Subject: urgent reinstatement request. Offer: consulting contract, triple pay, full reinstatement authority, discretion clause. I read it twice. Then I replied, short, clean. Respectfully, I do not return to buildings that mistook oxygen for excess weight. Attached. Screenshot of the federal revocation confirmation. Highlighted copy of Section 9B. Timestamped dashboard showing their status as non-compliant. No insults, no threats, just facts. Power doesn't scream, it documents. 3 weeks later, I walked into my new office at Helix Biocore. Director of Regulatory Compliance, glass walls, proper chair, authority not questioned, understood. 2 of Winslow Global's largest clients followed me within the month. Compliance, confidence, they said. Translation, they preferred oxygen. As for Caleb, last I heard, his title changed from efficiency strategist to interim project liaison, corporate for sit down and don't touch anything important. Winslow Global's certification dashboard, still under review, appeals pending, revenue bleeding, slow and quiet because justice in corporate America doesn't come with sirens, it comes with paperwork. And in case they ever forget, I wasn't support staff, I was the access code.